Okay. Everyone, please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone. So nice to see you all again. And at the same time, as usual, I would like to wish that may this session also bring you a lot of peace and a lot of happiness, right? Spiritual peace and spiritual happiness. So I'm sorry about the last week. So we had Dhamma teaching and it went 1 hour longer. Therefore, I had to suddenly cancel last week's session. So sorry about that. But I know, so there were several meditators who joined the session. So I'm glad. So then, as usual, we are going to begin today's session. Vipassana meditators, they are practicing the 3rd step of Vipassana meditation. Mr. Tim, if you want, you can move it. Yeah. All right. So they are practicing the 3rd step of Vipassana meditation. They were instructed to observe the sensations on their that arise on their hands. Right. So you were asked to observe the sensations from the neck area up to the tips of your both hands, right? Part by part, pitch by pitch. And there are several newcomers that I saw in person and online. So I would like to kindly request them to practice breathing meditation. What you have to do is, please pay your entire attention to your breath. When the breath is coming in, please be fully aware, right? So don't go with the breath all the way in. Please stop your observation at the end of your nostrils. So that's a place that you cannot see, but that you have to experience by practice, right? Whenever the breath goes inside, before it begins its journey towards your stomach, it will touch the end of your nostril, right? Therefore, note that area, and when you just observe the movement of your breath up to that point, right, to the ending point of your nostril, right? And so, when the breath is coming in, please be fully aware, and then when the breath is moving out, going out, at that time too, it will touch the very same area before it starts its movement to outside. At that time too, please be completely aware. Don't think about anything else. Just focus on your breath, right? Give your entire attention, complete attention with your entire strength, right? And if it is long, let it be long. If it is short, let it be short. If it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. Don't try to change that breath, change the breath, the nature of your breath. Let it come naturally, let it go naturally. Your job is just to observe continuously. When the mind wanders away, please bring it back and start again, right? So we have trained, we have made our mind always to wander away. So that's why it is always trying to wander away at such times. So don't feel disheartened or disappointed. Bring it back and start again. Work hard and always try to improve your concentration as much as possible, right? With each and every experience. So with each and every present moment, try to develop your concentration, your inner calmness. That's what the newcomers have to do. That meditation is, that instruction is only for the new students, right? Yeah. And all students, they are kindly requested to practice 3rd step of Vipassana meditation. They are kindly requested to observe the sensations as they actually are. Let it be heat, let it be coldness, right? Let it be toughness, that means hardness. Let it be softness. Let it be the blood circulating sensation, pulsing sensation, itching sensation, or let it be any sensation that you recognize by name or that you don't recognize by name. There are various kinds of pains and comfortable sensations. So just observe them as they actually are. And after observing it, remind yourself, this sensation is also impermanent, changing. It's not going to last forever. So we may experience various kinds of sensations. Some are the quantity of certain sensations are very tough, right? So the magnitude of it, right? Certain pain levels are higher than the other smaller pains, right? And then at the same time, there are comfortable sensations too. When you go deeper and when you observe your body, you will realize that there are various kinds of comfortable sensations too. They also have this high level and low level. But as a summarization, we have to understand that all of them have the same characteristic. They arise to pass away. They arise to pass away. According to the mental value that they give, it can disturb our mind, right? So for certain sensations, we have given mental values, right? Therefore, yes, there is this physical sensation, but at the same time, 5 times like that, we have, because of that particular sensation, we generate mental pain too, mental pain or mental pressure, right? Somehow, in reality, all those sensations, they have only one characteristic. They arise and pass away, right? Therefore, try to develop the balance of your mind towards all those sensations. Let it be a comfortable one, uncomfortable one, or neutral one. Always try to maintain that understanding with each and every sensation. Try to develop the understanding about impermanence practically, right? Then, because of these understandings, you will gradually develop inner wisdom, practical wisdom. When the wisdom develops, what will happen is the negativities that we generate inside, right? Their frequency and their level starts to go down, starts to decrease, right? Starts to decrease. It is just like this. You know, in the old times, people use firewood to cook, right? After cooking, not to waste the firewood, they wanted to let go of the fire. Then what the housewives did was they threw buckets of water to that fire. When they uh, when we throw the first bucket of water to the fire, it creates a big sound, right? It's like choose, right? Then when you throw the second bucket to that very fire, does it create the same previous sound? No. It says so it will produce sound like choose, right? Then you throw another bucket of water. Will it produce the sound like the earlier one? No. It will create a sound like choose. And then after that, how many buckets you throw, it doesn't matter. So it won't create any sound. This is the same. You have negativities within that have arisen, anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and so on. Right? I told you already, only the Buddha has described about 1,500 negativities that we have inside our mind. Right? So all those negativities, there are more. All those negativities, they arise because we don't understand the true nature of things as they actually are. But whenever we develop wisdom, our reaction changes. Earlier, we were used to uh, interact with things, the incidents of people, with our emotions, which arose with the ignorance of our mind, with the wrong concepts that we have developed inside our mind. But now, whenever things happen, whenever we meet people, we meet them, we interact with them, we interact with situations with the wisdom. Then, this example that I gave you, this bucket of fire, bucket of water with the fire, it happens, right? If when some kind of an incident happened in the past, if you develop fury over that, right? I don't say that. So when a similar incident happens, you won't develop anger at all when it comes to the second time. You will develop anger, but the quantity of that anger will be lesser, right? Then the more you start to interact with things, with the experiential wisdom that you develop through this vipassana meditation, then what will happen is, so uh, the the level of anger that you feel, it will become lesser and lesser and lesser, right? Because this experiential wisdom comes and reminds you how difficult this situation is. This is not going to last forever. This will also pass away, right? Another thing will happen that will also pass away. So let me see how long this lasts. When this wisdom comes into your mind, so you don't feel much that much trouble like you were used to react with in the earlier situations. Can you understand? So therefore, please practice this vipassana meditation ardently. Now it's almost July. October is the last month that we will practice vipassana meditation. So for the last time for the year 2025, you only have how many months remaining? August, September, October. So half of July is already gone. So determine to do a good job. Please try to work hard, right? And try to come out of as much as negativities that you can. So new students don't get disheartened. This is not a competition. So try to practice as much as concentration that you can develop. If you continuously practice for 1 to 2 months, then you will be instructed to practice the first step of vipassana meditation too. Right? They also can practice together, practice vipassana meditation then later on, right? So for now, so please practice breathing meditation for the moment, right? And then every day before we begin, I teach you something that a meditator should adopt in that person's life. Right? I have taught so many things. Today too, I'm going to teach you a very simple thing. So whatever you get in life, today I am going to teach you what I am going to teach you is a very important thing. Whatever you get in your life, you should not become proud, overly proud. Right? Certain people, they gain things in life. People are different. All don't have the same kind of capabilities, right? Certain people are very wise. Certain people have a medium wisdom. Certain people, the wisdom of certain people are low. The level of wisdom of certain people is low. Then, and at the same time, physical capabilities are different from person to person. So that's how karmically, how we have, how we have gained our bodies, right? So whenever you get something, gain something special, don't go overly proud and don't ridicule the other people because of that. Don't lower the other people. because of that. That's not suitable for a good meditator. Therefore, always try to develop humbleness. Be think like this. Oh, because of my past good karmas and the dedications that I did in the past, I got this. Right? In this life too, you have made various kinds of dedications. You have wisely acted. Because of that, you got this. But maybe the other people couldn't dedicate time like that. Maybe they have faced various kinds of troubles during their early life, so they couldn't achieve that. Therefore, thinking like that, try to lower your pride, right? Um, so you have to be self-contented. That's something else, but you should not ridicule the other people, whatever the things that you get in your life, right? That's very important. Um, when there was one Bhante in Sri Lanka, so a very famous Bhante called Bhante Saranankar, Veliviti Saranankar. He was the main Bhante of all the Sri Lankan Bhante at that time. Right? He's just kind of a leader of all the Bhantes in Sri Lanka. So he was respected by various kinds of kings, and then he was famous not only in Sri Lanka but also in the neighboring countries, right? Then he understood that his thought of pride is going up. So he wrote a sentence and he stuck it on the top of his door. So for him to see every day when he woke up. So he wrote, "O Bhante, right? O monk, don't be proud. Don't be proud." So that's what. So he wrote on the top of his door, right, in his room. Then we have to understand that, and as good meditators, we should not ridicule the other people, whatever the things that you gain in your life, right? You may become the president of United States, but still, so you are the you are the same human being, right? So impermanence is applicable for you, and suffering is applicable for you, right? And at the same time, no soulness is applicable for you, and your own karmas, whatever the good things and bad things that you do in your life, they are bound to come to you. So you can't change it. Therefore, don't ridicule the other people, whatever the things that you get in your life. Right? Don't become overly proud. Right? Then it will help you to to build good relationships, to have a peaceful life, and at the same time to gain the favor and the attraction of more and more people. Okay? Right. Okay. With that determination, now we are going to start the silent meditation. Everyone, please make your posture, and then please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm, and please close your eyes. Now, please let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. As usual, I'm going to pay our sincere respect and gratitude to the Buddha with 3 short stanzas. And after that, let's begin today's silent meditation. Everyone, please concentrate. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimeso bhagava arehang samma sambuddho Vinya charane sampanno sungato lokamido Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Sata deva manusanang buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangditingo akaniko Ehi pasiko opanaiko Bachatang veditamo Vinyuhiti Supanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujumani mangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami cipani pangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggalam Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Nakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakitang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous, patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are a newcomer, as I kindly requested, please practice breathing meditation, the first step of breathing meditation. If you are an old student, please start practicing the third step of Vipassana meditation. Whatever the meditation technique that you are going to practice, regardless, I sincerely wish that may your meditation be very, very successful. May your meditation be very, very successful. Everyone, please start your silent meditation right now. Now, if your legs are paining, the newcomers, you can change your posture if you want, but please keep the eyes closed. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Loving kindness meditation in brief. First, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves, with you. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness with yourself first. Now, please spread your sincere loving kindness. Please share your sincere loving kindness with your dear mother, with your dear father, with your dear teachers, relatives, and friends. Please think, may my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all of them. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people are the people who don't fall into the category of friends and the category of enemies. They are the people who are in the middle. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards them. Please think, may all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. First of all, please ask forgiveness mentally for the mistakes that you did to hurt them. At the same time, forgive them for their ignorant mistakes that they did to hurt you. No use of clinging to them. That only bring restlessness and harm for you. Therefore, don't develop grudges. Let go of the grudges and share loving kindness with all of them. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness, honest loving kindness towards the enemies, towards the enemies. Now, please spread your sincere loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Not only human beings, please think about animals and other visible and invisible beings. And please spread your loving kindness with them, towards them. Share your loving kindness with them. Please think. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness with all the beings in the world. With all the beings in the world. Yato yato sammasati Kandanang udayabbayang Lamati piti pamuccang Ametang tang vijanatang Bhavatu samme mangalang Rakantu sambadevata Sabbe buddhanubhavine Samme dhammanubhavine Samme sanghanubhavine Sada sutti mavang tutti Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, very calmly, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a very nice silent meditation session, a successful one. Then I want to remind something for the Vipassana meditators before I give you the small break. So sometimes you may not, let's suppose you cannot feel sensations on certain parts of your body. At such times, if you feel the touch of the air or the touch of your cloth, right? Touch of your cloth, that is also fine, right? Then so feel the touch of the breath within the touch of the cloth within that particular area. Then please move to the next part, right? Okay, so please practice like that. At first, please wait and or see whether you can observe any kind of a sensation in that particular area. If you cannot, then touch of the cloth is also fine, right? Okay. Now it is the time for the break. I mean, it's not a long break, to only 2-3 minutes. If you want to go to the bathroom or if you want to drink some water, you can take the break. If not, so please stay inside. We can't go outside and call the names asking you to come in. So therefore, if you want, please go and drink water or go to the bathroom. But please be inside within 2-3 minutes. Um, it's okay. Everyone, please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, at the end of every session, we talk about the understandings that we develop by practicing this meditation, this pure, noble, non-sectarian meditation technique, right? So we were talking about, so not last week, during the 3 weeks that we spent before the last week, we were talking about so three things, so three topics which are related to the topic that we are going to talk, right? So overall, these 4 topics that we are talked about is called as Four Noble Truths, right? So it is a base. It is the base of Buddha's teaching, right? So the truth that Buddha discovered by his own practice. So Four Noble Truths. So what is the first noble truth? Chingu. Four Noble Truths, Mr. Kevin. Suffering. Yes, the noble truth of suffering. Right, there is a universal suffering in the world, right? That all the beings face, right? Sickness, aging, death, whatever things that you expect it doesn't happen, something else happens, right? Then so rising and passing away of 5 aggregates. We talk that so this belongs to this is the suffering that all the beings face, right? If you want, you can write them down, right? So then after that, we learned about the second noble truth. Mr. Tim? Yes, the cause of suffering. We understood, talked how, so what is the underneath cause, right? Which makes, so which so let this suffering continue, right? And we found out, we learned the cause of all the sufferings. What is the cause of all sufferings, Ms. Fong? Oh, Miss Jin? Craving. Craving. Very nice, Miss Jin. Craving. And then we learned about the third noble truth. What is the third noble truth, Rashbaya? Cessation of suffering, right? We understood if we let the craving go, so craving has arisen because we don't understand about the things as they actually are, right? So when there is something covered, right? Let's say, uh, so let's say there is something covered, and somebody says inside this there is a very valuable thing, right? But whenever we open it, we understand there is nothing. It's not the thing which is inside is not a valuable thing. Then the mental value that we have towards it and the attachment that we have towards it completely goes away, right? Then just like that, when we understand about the truth, the real truth about things as they actually are, what happens is our craving, we understood that it goes away, right? And during the third week, we understood that it's a possible thing to let go of our craving. And then now today we are going to talk about the fourth noble truth, right? Fourth noble truth. So Rambhaiya, noble eightfold path, right? So it is the treatment plan, right? Treatment plan of the Buddha for this universal sickness of suffering, right? Universal sickness of suffering. So during the Buddha's time, the great teachers who were there in India, those who practice individually, so concentration meditations, they understood that that in every life they're suffering like this, so we have to come out of it. So they have a Brahmin. There was no Hinduism at that time. So the religion which was one religion, the dominant one which was there was Brahmanism. So there were Brahmanist teachers, and there were Jain teachers, and there were other teachers too, right? Makkali Gosala, then after that, Pakuda Kachayana, Sanjay Bellattiputta, and then after that, Ajita Kesakambala, and then so like that, there were so many teachers, right? So most of them, they practice these concentration meditations to jhanic level. Then when they develop their so concentration levels to jhanic levels, to the fourth jhanic level, they got the ability to see the past lives that they spent. Some of them could see one life, some of them could see 10 lives, could remember 10 lives, some of them could remember 100 lives, like. And then they understood, oh, there. So continuously, what was happening is we were suffering. Then how to come out of this suffering? Then various teachers got various ideas. Some of them were funny, so so they some of them did funny things. So certain teachers thought there were certain teachers who thought that by behaving like a dog or a cow, you can come out of so you can come out of all the suffering, right? You can attain the so deliverance. You can attain enlightenment. So they behaved just like cats and dogs and cows, right? So you can so there was one teacher called Senior Pukkusa. They believed in that, right? And like that, there were so many teachers, and this is not the time to describe all those so philosophical stuff. Somehow you are not here to learn those things too. Then uh, most of them so thought by two ways they can come out of all the suffering and attain enlightenment. So all those ways are categorized under two topics. One is self-mortification. Self-mortification means giving pain to the body, right? Giving pain to the body, they thought they can liberate, they can come out of, they can attain enlightenment, right? They can attain enlightenment. There was another group, they believed that by giving the utmost comfort to the body, they can become enlightened, right? There was Charvak, there was somebody called Charvak. He said, sometimes certain things that he said, they look like funny. Okay. Yeah, he said, Yavad Jeevam Sukang Jeevet. Rinang Krutva Mrutam Rinang Krutva Mrutam Pivi. That means until you live happily, right? Live with comfort. So if you don't have money, so lend some money and drink ghee and enjoy. So that's one of his teachings. His name was Charvak. And there were such kind of teachers. So Charvak is just one of them. But there were several others like, so Pakuda Kachayan is one of them. He said, don't worry, there is no sin, no good karmas, no bad karmas, no mother, no father, nothing, no duties. So enjoy the life. That's it. So after the death, nothing will happen, right? Like that, there were certain teachers who said. Then, but Buddhist research was a noble research. So he, with his great wisdom, he kept on observing the world with an open mind. And finally, he found out the suffering and the root cause of suffering. And he found out that by eliminating the root cause, craving, we can come out of this suffering, and the path to come out of all the suffering. Out of compassion towards all the people, all the beings, he started teaching. That is called as Eight Noble Path. Right? So Eight Noble Path, in summary, actually it talks about developing three things. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila means morality. Samadhi means concentration. Panya means wisdom. So what are the first two things in among Eight Noble Path? First one is, if you want, you can write these things down. If you don't know, first one is right understanding. Through Vipassana meditation, what you do is you develop pure understanding about yourself and the nature. Right? Pure understanding, experiential understanding. And when you develop right understanding, it leads to concepts. Don't worry I'm just going to give you a summary, right? Later on during the upcoming weeks. So I will teach you these topics in detail, right? So right understanding leads to right concept. We live our life according to our own concepts. Whatever the understandings that we got in life, so according to those understandings, we have developed concepts, right? So, for an example, there is one person who thinks with that person's own, according to that person's understanding, that person says killing animals is wrong, right? Killing animals is not wrong, right? So, for such kind of person, killing animals is not a big thing, right? And then there is another person who developed deeper understanding, and that person says killing animals is not right. All the beings have the right to live. Nobody likes pain. Nobody likes to lose the life. All beings like to live comfortably, peacefully, and happy, right? Then how those so how then things happen, right? Things happen. They behave differently. Why? Their understandings and the concepts that they develop because of those understandings are different. So here, Buddha teaches us right understanding and right concept. They belong to the category of wisdom. They belong to the category of wisdom. Then this wisdom influences all the other six parts. Right? So then morality. It influences morality first, right? When you develop right understanding, so it helps us to develop right concepts. And those right concepts, they influences our morality. Number one, right speech. I'm not going to go into details, just right speech. Harmless, peaceful, virtuous, right speech. Right? So then it leads to right actions. Avoiding killing, avoiding stealing, avoiding practicing sexual misconduct. They live in this world, right, in a harmless manner, doing harmless actions, right? And at the same time, that those right concepts, they lead to right livelihood. You do a profession which is not harmful for anyone, who doesn't cause any harm to anybody, right? Any trouble to anybody. That person lives, continues, maintains that person's life without harming anyone. That's right livelihood. Don't worry. This is a summarization. In the future, I'll describe this in details. Then they belong to morality. So wisdom first influences morality. So then both of them together helps us to develop right concentration too, because influenced by right. So wisdom and influence being backed by morality, then we start to develop concentration. Right? So concentration. Concentration is threefold. So first one is we develop right effort to, to let go of all the negativities that we have, anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all kinds of such negativities. We try to let go. At the same time, whatever the positivities that we do have, we try to develop them. At the same time, we try to safeguard and develop them. Whatever the positivities that we don't have, we try to start and so develop them deeper, right? Right effect. And for that, we need concentration. We develop concentration. And then right mindfulness, right? So right mindfulness. So it also helps, influences. So both those, development of both those, so wisdom and morality, so backs us to develop right mindfulness. Mindfulness from moment to moment. Right? Then at the same time, it helps us to develop, so right, deeper, samma, okay, samadhi, right, concentration. Right? So those three are called as the faculty of concentration. So these three are just like the three stones of an ancient oven, right? So, uh, so in tribal areas, if you go, or in our countries, if you go to uh, even in our countries, if you go to rural areas, you can see the general ovens, natural ovens, right? They make it with three stones, right? So those, I think all of you might have seen that, right? Uh, I mean, natural oven means you keep three stones, right? And then you put insert firewood, and then you light it. And on the top of those three stones, you keep pots and whatever the vessels that you so can find. So basically pots or any other so instruments. So there are aluminium pots and clay pots. So you keep it on the top and you let so if you want to boil water, you boil water with the help of that, or if you want to cook, you cook with that, right? So this is like the same. Sila, Samadhi, Panya, morality, concentration, and wisdom. So when they get together, they help us to cook the water pot called Nibbana, enlightenment, right? So, but all, so there should be all these three things. If they don't get together, this is not going to happen. So, as lay people and as people who don't have the deeper jhanic levels, we cannot practice all these eight at once. Therefore, we have to develop them individually, one by one. So, with the help of right mindfulness, right, according to the occasion. So, applying, so with our wisdom, so we have to develop these eight one by one. Right understanding, right concept, then right speech, then right action, right livelihood, right effort, then right mindfulness, and then right concentration. We have to develop them one by one. Right? When you sit and meditate, if you practice breathing meditation, you develop right. So mindfulness and concentration, right? Then when you practice vipassana and when you observe the world with the understanding of impermanence, right? Outside thing, you develop right understanding, and with the help of that, right concept, right? So individually, we have to develop them. Then gradually what happens is we start to cook the pot. And finally, we will have a nice pot of boiled water, the Nibbana, the enlightenment. Okay? So we have to practice like that. Uh, the, if someone, Buddha gives various kinds of similes for this. In India, there are eight, there are not eight, there are 5 rivers. Ganga, Jamuna, Achiravati, Sarabu, Mahi. Right? So, uh, all those rivers, finally, when they flow, their ending point is the river, the ocean, right? Just like that, if someone practice, so these 8 noble paths, their ending point is the, the enlightenment, the place, the status, the place where there is eternal peace and eternal happiness. It is not something which stays outside of our mind. It is something which is inside, right? So for that, we have to strive hard, little by little, so step by step, right? So there is no shortcut. So you cannot achieve this just like, as I always say, so just like making quick noodles, right? Within 2 minutes, you can't have it, right? So it needs gradual practice and dedication, right? Each and every step, each and every development helps you. So helps you and changes your whole life and fills your whole life with peace and happiness. And finally, it helps us to end up with the ultimate peace and ultimate happiness. So we have to work ardently. So there are 4 kinds of stages that we are going to attain when we practice these eight noble paths. Right. So when we develop them, first stage that we attain is Sotapanna. Sota means the stream. Apanna means enterer. Sotapanna means the person who entered the stream. Right? So let's say a river is flowing towards the sea. If you if there is no obstacle, right? If you throw something towards the sea and towards the river, then definitely it will be rushed towards the sea. Just like that, when you develop gradually, so the first stage that you will enter is called as Sotapanna. That stage is, in English, we can translate it as the stream enter stage. When you read that stage, when you develop that deep understanding about things as they actually are, then so inside you anymore, you don't have you don't develop the strong sense of I, right? We have this so strong idea of I, right? So we think this is my I, this is my, this is mine. So when we read this stage, what happens is this self-centered view completely goes away. It completely goes away, right? Then at the same time, so unnecessary practices that we do to uh, uh, to understand the reality as it is, so we abandon them. Anymore, we don't practice such kind of things. For an example, I told you, certain people behave just like dogs, certain people just behave just like cows, right? To attain enlightenment. Such kind of such kind of practices, understanding their meaninglessness. So those wise people, they are not going to do such kind of things, right? And at the same time, so they have doubts. So about the path and about the practice, it also goes away. Right? You start to practice ardently and consistent, right? With the clear view about the path. It's just like this. Let's say there is a path, uh, so there is a straight path which runs for many kilometers, right? And there is no any obstacle in the path. And then there is a person who is coming so many kilometers ahead of you. Then you see that person, even though you didn't meet that person, so you didn't see that person closely, but still seeing that person's figure well, you recognize, oh, there is a person coming. In the same way, when you read this stage, so you understand that this is the so you understand the way how to develop the practice in a way, how to develop the practice in how to develop the practice to come out of so all the craving and to come out of all the negativities. You gain a clear understanding about it all by yourself. Can you understand? Right. Then, then just like that person sees the so make sees the person who is coming far away, but even though that and that uh, so by seeing that person, just like this individual develops a confidence that there is a person coming uh, in that far away place, right? So then after that, so you start to go deeper, and then you reach a stage called so sakadagami. Sakadagami means it is a stage where your craving, your aversion. Aversion means so anger is an aversion. So and then fear is an aversion. Disgusting feeling is an aversion. So like that, I told you, that aversion has so many negative phases. So aversion and then delusion. So all these things, three things, the level of these three goes down. So down, right? And during this stage, when someone reach then passing that stage, so we reach the third stage, anagami. So when we reach this stage, so uh, the our attachment to sensual pleasures, right? Our attachment to sensual pleasures and and the anger. So so still the anger is not completely gone. Aversion is not completely gone, even though it got reduced. Right? When someone reaches this stage, the anger completely goes. Right? That aversion, level of aversion completely goes. So addiction, that means attachment to sensual pleasures, and then at the same time aversion completely goes up. And then finally, when then the person reaches, when someone practices deeper, that person will reach the fourth stage, arahant level. So in this level, so even the delusion will go away, even the slight delusion that person has, it also will go away. And that person will reach the eternal peace, eternal happiness, Nibbana. This is where everything will end. So, that's where the practice of Eight Noble Path will end, with the eternal peace and eternal happiness. So when you reach that stage, it is not a point where you will back down. Beyond the first point, right? Beyond the first stage, even though how much development that you gain, so anytime when you stop, whenever you stop your practice, what will happen is you will start to so go down again and again, right? So, but if someone reaches the first stage, sotapanna, then there is no backing down. Gradually, you will keep on developing until you attain the eternal peace and eternal happiness, right? So let's work diligently. Let's come out of all the suffering that we do have, both the mental and physical suffering. And let's let's let go all the negativities that we do have, and let's develop ardently the positivities with it. And developing those positivities, eradicating all the negativities, let's try to attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. Everyone, now please join your palms together. Now I am going to bless everyone to conclude. Right? Abhivadana Senise Nichang Vada Pachaino Chataro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvangno Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sangpatti Sagga Sangpatti Me Vache Ato Nibbana Sangpatti Iminati Samijjato. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night to everyone. May all of you be well, be happy, be peaceful, and see you again in the next week. Until then, please take rest. Take rest. Good night. Please wait for a moment. Ashutosh, good night.
Good night, Bhanteji.
Good night. And Mr. Bas, good night.
Good night, Bhante.
Good night. Mr. Elliot, good night.
Good night, Bhante.
Good night. Pragati and Rahul, good night.
Good night.
Thank you for the message yesterday.
Yes, happy Guru Purnima.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will call you later on, okay?
Okay, sure. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Mrs. Kim, good night. Mrs. Lees, good night. Mr. David, good night.
Good night, Bhante.
Good night. May all the good happen. Ms. Meenal, good night.
Good night, Bhanteji.
Good night.
Happy Guru Purnima.
Thank you so much. May all the good happen.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Bhante.
Oh, good night, Miss Kim. I thought so. You are not here. Good night.
Good
Good night, please.